Hello, hello, and welcome to the Now Healing Space. Before we get into today's topic, which is your manifesting questions answered, and law of attraction questions, and do you have to believe, and what if you have subconscious blockages, and why doesn't it always work, and who the heck am I to tell you all this, and the deeper solutions to manifesting, etc., etc. Before we do that, let's actually get into the healing space, specifically the now healing space of instant connection to wholeness. And we're going to do that right now. It'll take just about 30 seconds, and it will reset your resonance to align with whatever you are wanting to heal or manifest, health, wealth, wisdom, and whatever are your highest desires. Okay, so to do that, breathe into your vertical center, your lungs, your heart, and breathe out from your center. And as you breathe, feel into that entire vertical center. Just keep breathing and sensing and feeling what is at your center. It includes your gut and, of course, your heart and lungs. And it includes the base of your spine and the top of your head. And it includes the entire center all at once now. And feel into the expanded space around you, the center of infinite wholeness, which is flowing and grounding into your physical matter now. And as well, your mind and energy are expanding out into it, out into infinite wholeness now. This is the space of instant connection to the larger field of healing and wholeness. You are there now. Breathe that into your center. Beautiful. And you can get there anytime yourself. So you're there. It's already happened. It may have sounded like I was just talking, but energy was shifting, resonances were tuning, and your field is very different now from the way it was before you started, and mine is too. We are aligned with wholeness now. So if you want more information on how to go to center and how to use that for healing anything and everything, make sure that you are signed up for my email list at nowhealing.com. That's nowhealing.com. And by the way, I am Elma Meyer, founder of Now Healing, and my first experience with consciously manifesting a money miracle by doing this work was about 11 years ago. I had manifested health miracles by doing this work, but the big money thing happened about maybe 11, 12 years ago. During the recession of 2008, things were tough financially, as you may remember, for many people. And I thought, hey, let's just do some of this law of attraction stuff, but let's now healingize it, because I am into now healingizing everything. So I went to center. I got very, very neutral, non-attached, and I did what I call calibrating to zero, which is explained and demonstrated in many of my programs, including my new program, the Intention Activator. And I'll tell you about that at the end. So please stick around to the end and you'll learn how you can do this too. So anyway, I got non-attached to what I needed, what I wanted, both the lack of money and the feeling of having it. Like law of attraction teaches you, you've got to believe. I didn't believe, but I'll tell you more about that later. You don't have to believe. So I just got non-attached to all of it, to the outcome, to the lack, to the best case scenario, to the worst case scenario. And instead of focusing on what I wanted to manifest, which is what they teach you in most manifestation methods, I focused on the center, the non-attached, neutral, empty space of infinite, undifferentiated wholeness. That's the secret right there. Now you can do it yourself. You know everything. But if you want my shortcuts and guidance and a new dimension to manifesting that I would love to walk you through, then please check out the Intention Activator. The link is in the description, but I'll tell you more about it at the end. Anyway, my money manifestation miracle happened because I let it all go and got calibrated to zero. I got into this amazing healing space. And the next day, or maybe the day after, I don't quite remember, I got a notification by email that I would receive a transfer of $95,000 from a family member's account. And this was not a prince from Nigeria. This was a real family member who had a real bank account that was previously unknown. We did not know about this. I had no idea this existed or was going to come to me. Nobody had died. I did not have to kill anybody to get this money. $95,000 within 1 or 2 days. I still can't believe it, which proves that you don't need to believe in order to manifest. You just need to be in an absolutely centered space, calibrated to zero, plugged into the larger field of wholeness, plugged into that empty space of creation. You can find it yourself. It's right there, right now. And that works for healing, anything and everything. I could go on and on. Let me get back to manifestation. Now, does this mean that every time I make a wish and snap my fingers, I get what I want? No. And that's okay, because sometimes I wish for things that, thank God, I don't get. Like when that incredibly loud motorcycle scared the pants off me and I cursed and I said, I hope your tires explode. Good thing that did not work, right? Most of us humans are not quite ready for instant manifestations like that yet. Anyway, I have gone through phases of manifesting easily and other phases where I was personally more out of alignment and I didn't manifest what I want easily. I manifested what I did not want by focusing on it. But if I really focus, I can get there. And now I have this new program called the Intention Activator to streamline it for you and to remind myself, snap out of it, Elma, stop cursing at the motorcycle. And what happens in this Intention Activator is I guide you through a powerful process to remind you in case you forget, because we forget sometimes. And I'll tell you more about it at the end. The link is in the description above, so check it out. Let me start to take your questions. Let's see. For those of you that are on the live call, start typing in your questions into the comments about manifesting. And it can be any kind of question, like, I've tried manifesting with the law of attraction and it worked once or twice, but it's not consistent. What do I do? What am I doing wrong? Blah, blah, blah. Or, what if my subconscious beliefs or my negative energy or bad feng shui or karma or spiritual vows of poverty are blocking me from getting what I want? And a hint, I will tell you why none of that really matters if you know how to bypass those things. Or Elma, in your Intention Activator program, you say you can actually manifest 10 goals at the same time, but Law of Attraction says don't do that. So I'll tell you about how to do that, how it works, what's my secret. So type in your questions. I'm going to look at what you have in a second. Let's see. How do I manifest more money? Says Pauline. How do I manifest? Says Claire. Okay. You're always manifesting. Sorry, I bumped this thing. You're always manifesting. You're always creating. You're always emanating and resonating and receiving. So the question of how do I manifest is extremely complex, but it is extremely simple. There are many beginning courses on how to manifest that I think are great. I don't teach the beginning stuff because, frankly, you can just jump right into my advanced stuff like the Intention Activator. And then if you want to catch up, you can go back and listen to the beginning stuff and it'll now healingize it for you and speed it up for you. But how do I manifest is an interesting question because it's not really you that's manifesting. That's the first liberating thing is you don't have to really do anything. You simply know what you want. Best of all, you know the highest expression of what you want that is non-fear-based. So rather than, I got to pay my rent, I'm going to get kicked out. If I don't pay my rent, I got to manifest money. Instead of that, feel into, resonate into the higher expression of the most wonderful things about manifesting money. Don't worry about whether you believe it or not, and go to your center and align with it now. That is the beginning. Then there are many, many more steps that I would love to guide you through in, for instance, the Intention Activator. But that's pretty much the basis of it right there. The Intention Activator takes you through more advanced stuff. Marcia says, if I want to manifest increased clarity about my purpose and how I might best serve, how would I proceed? It's not a concrete thing like a check for $1,000. Right. Okay. Increased clarity about your purpose. A great way to manifest that is to stop thinking about it as creating something out of nothing and think about it as something that already exists that you are simply locating and aligning with. So do that now, Marcia. Find your clarity about your highest purpose and how you might best serve. It already exists out there in the universal mind. You don't have to know what it is. Just find it. Just find where it is in space. Just say, okay, it's right there. And if you're not sure, just create a space for it. Create a container for it or a file folder for it. There it is, your highest purpose and how you might best serve, and align with it now. And breathe that into your center. And now get really non-attached and wait. And don't fret. You know that. I'd love to hear how that works and shows up for you. And Claire is asking how to manifest in an easy, calm way that is nourishing for my nervous system. That's fun. Beautiful. I love the nourishing for your nervous system part. And she also asks, how often do you have to do that practice? Interesting that you brought up the nervous system. Because this is about your nervous system and your nervous system connection to your brain and mind and larger and higher perceptions. So let's just bring those into it and just find where they are. Where are those larger, higher perceptions? Right there. I don't know what they are yet, but bring them in. Align with them now. And as for how often do you have to do that practice? Last time I did a Facebook Live last week, we talked about not getting all OCD about it, not getting obsessed with it, not overdoing it. The practice of going to center and getting non-attached and neutral and calibrating to zero, I like to do that at least twice a day, first on first waking and last thing before I close my eyes to go to bed, or while they're already closed. So twice a day, briefly, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever, 10 seconds. And then if you want to sit down and do a manifesting session, do the practice then. You can expand it into a meditation session that lasts 30 minutes if you want, but that's not required. Does that answer your question, Claire? Let me know. Okay, and I want to address a couple of questions that were sent in by folks who cannot be here live and are going to watch the replay. In the meantime, feel free to ask questions. And if you're watching the replay later, you can still ask questions in the comments, and I will answer them at least for the next day or two. If it's a year or two from now, I may not come back and check quite as often, but feel free to keep asking and commenting in the replay too, because this will stay up. Okay, Marcia says, feels good just walking around in my centered state. Love that. Yep, you can walk around centered with your eyes open while negotiating, traffic and whatever. So it's not a meditative state. You can use it for a meditative state, but you don't have to be there. You can be awake and aware. So the questions that were sent in from New Zealand, we have, I've been doing affirmations for being a better parent and my relationship with my teenage son, and I really believe it can manifest, but my perception is so different from my son's. I want him to feel my love and know he can confide in me, but he withholds and withdraws. Anybody ever have a teenager before or been a teenager before? Yeah. Okay. So the bottom line here is when you are affirming something that you want, the secret way to now healingize your affirmations is to go to center when you do them. That is huge in and of itself. I've just given away a whole bunch. Try that and you'll be amazed. But in addition to that, when you are manifesting a change in a relationship, stay out of your son's perception. Stay out of tuning into what he is perceiving, at least for a time. Instead, go to your own perception. Your perception of the highest state of unconditional love. Whether he perceives it or not immediately, you are still centered, you are still whole, whether he perceives it or not. Whether he changes or not. His energy field will change even if his local mind and local emotional reactions don't perceive it yet. You're not trying to change him or control the outcome, even for the best. Even if you're saying, I want him to be his best self, I want him to be happy and healthy and whole, etc., etc. That's great. State that and then let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Allow him to withhold. Be at your center while he withholds and withdraws and does his thing. Allow him to separate from you and fill that separated space between the two of you with, at first, nothingness, and then with love and light. So, the bottom line in regard to manifesting is let go of outcome, even if it's the highest outcome that you would love to have for your loved one. Okay, and then Another question that came in from Mumbai, India. The question is, I have certain hesitations to true abundance, many of which are rooted in ancestral vows, others of which stem from subconscious beliefs, still others ingrained from my scientific education. Ma'am, please explain your method to circumvent these hesitations. Okay. Hesitations and feeling that, a lot of people call that deserving. I don't deserve true abundance, or I sense true abundance, but there's a barrier between it and me. So whatever you think the cause is, let go of that. Come to center, whether you know the cause, whether you think you know the cause, whether somebody else told you the cause, whatever, let go of the cause, let go of the effect, and just be at center. And from that centered space, then tune into true abundance. In that centered space, none of your hesitations exist. So you don't have to individually go in and delete your hesitations, delete your beliefs. You can, sometimes that is necessary, but it's much easier to just start from that centered space. It's a lot less work. And then later, if you still need to, then you can go in and zoom in on specific things. But first, start from the big picture. That's what we do in Now Healing. In Now Healing, we bypass thought, we bypass subconscious thoughts or conscious thoughts, beliefs, blockages, because it works on a completely different level. We initially invoke your thoughts, for instance, in the intention activator, I'll have you write down your top 10 intentions, but then we let them go. We take a quantum leap to a different energy level altogether. So we are not working on the level of thoughts or mind. We are on the level of what some people call no mind, and it's just much easier that way. Okay, another question is from Ruby. I have crazy menstrual pain. How could I rid this? I have lots of free healings on my website, nowhealing.com, that involve, healing from pain, physical conditions. It's all really the same. It doesn't matter whether it's physical, emotional, psychic, whatever, doesn't matter. I would recommend that you go to my website and sign up for my mailing list if you're not already there. And if you sign up for my mailing list, you'll get a free healing audio called Transform Any Problem Now. That's a good place to start. And if not, just browse my website for something that resonates with you. And there's lots of stuff there. Okay, Claire asks, what do you do if you hit a roadblock? For example, can't find home at a price you want to pay, don't believe it exists, etc., etc. Roadblocks are, not the end of the world. Sometimes the road is blocked for a good reason. Maybe it's not the right house. Tune into the higher expression of the thing that you want, and then let it go. And play with that. You will actually be amazed at how much shifts just from that alone. And give the intention activator a try, because it will address those kinds of things. So let me explain what the intention activator is. Thank you all for your questions. You can still type in questions. I may not get to answer them in this live. We'll try, we'll see, but I'll answer them after I turn off the live. So stay tuned to this space. The intention activator is my new audio program for you to be able to manifest your top 10 intentions. And it's very different from other ways of manifesting. I mean, it has foundations in my favorite manifestation methods, but it works on a different level. First of all, it does not work solely on the usual level of aligning with the thing that you want, resonating with the thing you want. That works, absolutely. It's great to do, but that's just a small part of what we do in the intention activator. Instead of only resonating with the thing you want, you'll want to get into an even more effective space of, some people call it, the receptive space, and the creative space. You'll want to be in the space of creation. And the intention activator takes you there. I will walk you through the process, and then you'll be able to do it yourself because I provide a cheat sheet to do that. And then secondly, most manifestation methods tell you to focus on one thing only with, full focus. Otherwise, you'll scatter your energy. And that may be true on some levels, but in my intention activator program, you'll manifest your top 10 intentions, and it doesn't scatter your energy. It actually uses sort of like a rocket fuel to pull you into the attractor beam. Now I'm mixing my metaphors, but that's okay, of your highest purpose and your highest gratitude. And you'll use those to manifest your top 10 intentions. So it's what I have is what I call my new morphic formula. It's not a magic formula because I don't really believe in magic. It's a morphic formula. So that is described in the intention activator page. You can go to that link that is in the description, click the link, and you'll see a little bit more of what I'm talking about. Will you necessarily get your top 10 intentions the next day like I got those $95,000? Let go of the outcome. There are no guarantees about the outcome, and that is true of any manifestation method. If you are so focused on the outcome, so clenched onto the outcome, some might call that a blockage to manifestation. So let go. So, any more questions? I wanted to go for about half an hour. We have a couple of minutes left. Claire says, thanks, we'll play, beautiful. Stephanie says, I want to share that I've been doing Now Healing for 3 weeks, tripled my income for this month. My physical issues doctors wanted to do surgery for is gone, herniated discs, etc. My spine is straight. Wow, beautiful, Stephanie. Numerous other issues are all cleared, and I am creating more and more. That is great, Stephanie. I did not pay Stephanie to say this. And Stephanie says, I'm absolutely going to buy Intention Activator. Much love. Much love to you too, Stephanie. It means so much to me that you told us your fantastic results, because sometimes me just blabbing about them, people are going to go, yeah, I've heard all this before. But to see somebody, state their results can be really helpful and healing to other people who are like, should I try this? Should I not try this? So thank you, Stephanie, from my heart, soul, and full center. Beautiful. Okay. Any other questions? Yoren is saying heart, heart, heart. Pauline is saying, wow, beautiful. Okay. So continue to type in your questions on manifesting. I will look at them and reply even after I am done. Please check out the Intention Activator. The link is in the description above. The Intention Activator, manifest your top 10 intentions with this 10x power energy healing audio. If you have questions that you don't want to post publicly, you can always email info@nowhealing.com, and either I or my assistant will get back to you. That's info@nowhealing.com. Thank you all for being here. Manifest beautifully. Go into your center and let go of outcome, at least for a few seconds at a time, and you will be amazed at what happens. Thank you for being here. And please share this. I forgot to say, share this so that other people who have questions about manifesting can ask me. All right. This is Elma with Love and Wholeness, signing off for now.